Boy saw the yogurt that his father hadn't finished drinking. He reached for it. I didn't expect Dad to take it away. He also warned the boy fiercely, don't touch what he has eaten in the future. What the boy doesn't know is, Dad is actually protecting him. John is an ordinary window cleaner. He was diagnosed with a terminal disease not long ago. There are less than 3 months left, but my son is only 3 years old. John dared not let him know the news, can only pretend nothing happened. Continue to take care of his son's life. Brush his hair. Accompany him to read and read. Wait until your son falls asleep every time. Dare to take medicine secretly. He knew he was running out of time. The most important thing now is to find an adoptive family for my son. They came to a luxurious manor. The couple are cheerful. Be easygoing. The conditions are also very superior. John is very satisfied. If my son can live here, we'll grow up healthily. But the man's next sentence let John change his mind.
Of course we can afford the best education for our son.
It turns out that they have their own children. It will inevitably be treated differently in the future. John dare not take the risk. When passing the overpass, he asked his son, do you want to change your family life? The boy answered directly,
I like him.
John was silent. He came to welfare institutions, continued to find suitable adoptive families. The staff suggested that he prepare a time capsule, leave a memory for your adult son. John shook his head. Direct rejection.
Why does he have to know he was adopted? We will find him a family that will be his family, his only family. You won't even have to remember how useless his parents were. His mother leaves him and then his father dies. I mean, that'll definitely fuck him up.
John choked as he spoke, but back home, he still pretended nothing had happened. Take my son to the park, eat ice cream, stay with your son as much as possible, look at a different world. But every time I see another father can accompany children to grow up. John was very upset. How on earth should I tell my son I'm about to die? Suddenly, the boy saw a dead beetle under the tree. He asked John naively, why doesn't the beetle move? John told his son directly, all living things in this world will grow old, will die. Their souls have left their bodies. The body will slowly decay until it disappears. But the boy still doesn't understand. That day, John came to a rich man's house to clean the glass. Just now, he suddenly had a splitting headache at work. But when the rich saw the scene, they thought he was lazy. Finally, the rich not only deduct their wages, and ridiculed him as a loser who didn't want to make progress. So there was the first scene. John's condition is getting worse. When a young boy climbs higher than himself, pour a glass of water and come to Dad. Gently pacify him with small hands. A few days later, they came to the second adoptive family. The couple actually adopted 6 children. The family also has a big dog. John knows that his son likes dogs best. The woman explained to John, they treat all children equally, and this will be the last child they will adopt. John was very satisfied to hear that, but boys face children of the same age. But it seems a little uneasy, and hid his toys. After much consideration, John still gave up the family, not satisfied with both in a row. There is not much time left for them. He hopes to talk to his ex-wife, but the welfare agency told him, parents who abandoned their children, there is a high probability that the child will be abandoned again. It was John's 34th birthday. It's also his last birthday. The son filled the cake with red candles. Just 34, he said to John. Then he handed a candle. Seems to be talking to Dad. I will celebrate my birthday together next year. John fought back his tears and didn't know what to say. Has the son noticed anything? Soon the father and son came to the third adoptive family. This family is a little special. A woman accidentally had children when she was 16. Young and ignorant, she gave her child to the adopter. Tinka later, the doctor told the woman, she can no longer have children. Until now, women have been very regretful. He hopes to adopt a child to make up for his regret. For this reason, she did not hesitate to divorce her ex-husband, but as a single family. So far, no one is willing to give her the child to raise. John saw it in the conversation. Women love children from the bottom of their hearts. But just then, the son suddenly asked the woman a question.
When will you die?
Everyone present was stunned. John didn't expect his son to remember the word death. On the way back, John saw an older child. He seemed to see his son grow up. As his health gets worse and worse, time has also become increasingly tense. This is Dad helping his son. The fourth adopted family found. The boy looked at the rabbit doll on the table, eyes full of expectations. The master handed the rabbit to the boy. They were also shown around their homes. The condition of this family is very superior. John is also very satisfied. But at the time of farewell, the hostess winked at her husband. Let him bring back the doll in the boy's hand. John's heart suddenly cooled. If you can't bear to be a doll, how can we guarantee to be good to children? When I go back, the boy suddenly asked his father what is adoption. John was stunned for a long time. But he explained tactfully, when biological parents can no longer take care of their children, we'll let the child follow a pair. Better life for new parents. The boy immediately said he didn't want to be adopted. Then he walked along the line. After going home, John also walked along the dotted line on the road, but he began to shake without taking a few steps. He is too weak to keep his balance. Even pouring a glass of juice can't stop shaking. John knew he was close to the limit. He came to the destination, familiar with the new home and the future in advance, then transfer the car and work to their peers. He should spend the rest of the time with his son. He took his son to the amusement park, drive a bumper car, eat marshmallow. This is what the boy has never experienced before. Night, John asked his son to change into his new clothes, but the boy seemed to have a hunch of something, are unwilling to wear. This is the first time that he goes against his father's wishes. He even lost his temper. Throw out all the toys in the room. See this scene. Instead, John laughed. He doesn't want his son to become a submissive child. Finally, he listened to the suggestions of welfare institutions, prepared a time capsule. He wrote 15 letters. Every birthday of my son in the future will receive one. There are photos of father and son inside. There is a picture of my mother. Have your own work cap and the window cleaning tools he used for a long time. This is a dying father, the last love for my son. The next morning, the boy woke up early. John took him across the city. Come to the house of the woman who lives alone. Looking at a woman's kind smile, the boy didn't say a word. He looked up at his father, found his father smiling at him. The boy recalled that night. What father said to himself, soon one day, I will leave my body like a beetle. You won't see me, but I will always be with you. I will appear in the air around you, in sunshine and rain, even in the taste of grapes. You won't hear me, but I can hear the voice in your heart. This is a film adapted from real events, facing the destruction of fate. Some people choose to refuse to move forward, embrace a broken life. Some people are like John in the movie, although unknown, but brave and great. Death is never the end of life. It's good to be forgotten.